Everybody, Bob Black with Spider TV. Going to get you a little excited about the showdown between Richmond and VCU at the Robins Center coming up Wednesday evening with Spider women's coach Aaron Roussell. And Coach, congrats on the last stretch of games, 3 out of 4. I've heard you talk about how good you think your team is playing. How much of a bump do the girls get when they can look up at that scoreboard at the end of the day and see positive results?
Yeah, as much as we don't talk about results and talk about the process, I think it is important to get some sort of reward. I do think our players have really put a lot more into this, I think, as far as the time commitment and everything. So for them to be rewarded for it makes me feel good, and I think it's kind of given them a little taste of success as well.
All right, on the court, why are you getting those positive results?
I think we're moving the ball. When we've been able to score, I think we've been moving the ball a lot better. And I think the other side of it is, as good as we were offensively there for a stretch, I think we've started to figure out some things defensively. And, we haven't been in the 70s here for a while in a lot of these wins, some lower scoring games. But I think we've had some really good stretches, times that we have taken care of the basketball really well. And then on the other end, I think we've forced some turnovers that has maybe led to some transition baskets for us.
What was the significance of the way you won the St. Bonaventure game to seemingly have it won, maybe had it lost, and then make a really nice play at the end of overtime for Jade to get the game-winning basket from Claire?
Yeah, I think it was important for a lot of those individuals to kind of have some big-time moments. I think we've been in some of those positions before where the game seemingly is in hand, and then maybe some things don't go our way. And still we're able to win some of those games. This one's a little bit different. You kind of let this one slip away. Almost felt a little bit like Rhode Island. And we talked about Rhode Island at the beginning of the overtime there, that we thought we had that one in hand, went to overtime. We came out very, very flat, and I think this was the opposite. I thought we really came out with a real hunger in the overtime against the Bonnies.
Jade gets the game-winning basket. She's now up to 993 points. What will the significance be of 1,000 points in her Richmond career?
Well, you're breaking my rule about talking about these things before they happen. But no, obviously she's had a fantastic career, and really have enjoyed getting to coach her these last 8-9 months. It's an individual honor, and during the season you maybe don't always focus on that, but I think this is something we definitely will celebrate, and something I think she can think very fondly of for the rest of her life after this.
I guess I'll run sprints at the end of this interview for breaking that rule. You have one more games than this team won last year. For the girls like Jade, who were here last year, what is the significance of that with still a month to go?
Yeah, I think that's something that it's been cool to kind of see their, I hate to say relief, but kind of see their satisfaction with that. Again, we haven't gotten too high, gotten too low as far as the wins and the losses. But I think, this is maybe one of those times that you allow yourself to look back a little bit and say, hey, all these things we talked about, I know our life wasn't always easy. We didn't make things easy for you this whole way, but this is why, right? You get a little bit of taste of success, and hopefully this kind of drives them a little bit more. We hear a lot of balls bouncing right now, so that's a good thing. Like I said, I think the input from these guys, especially over the last few weeks, has been quite a bit different, and good to see that it's coinciding with us playing well on the court as well.
Elena Chapman's coming off her first career double-double in the St. Bonaventure game. What has the head coach seen in her progress?
Well, I see that she's kind of sick of me getting on her for the things that we've been on her about. But, man, that was just just rewatching that game a few times. Obviously, there's certain things that you pick up on as a coach, but that was the greatest satisfaction I probably had from that game the other day, was just how much Elena just made an impact on everything. She got herself to the free throw line. But really on the defensive end, these are a lot of things that we've been asking her to do as far as on the rebounds, and, not so much talking about block shots, but I thought she blocked some shots just because she was in the right position. And then she came away with some bruises. That wasn't just on the offensive end of getting fouled. I thought she was diving on the floor we don't talk about steals a lot, but for her to have 4 steals, all 4 of those were really big time moments for us defensively.
All right, it is 3 wins in the past 4 games for the Spiders, bookend by the VCU game before the 3 out of 4 began, and now here comes VCU again. What do you take out of that first VCU game for this one?
Obviously, I don't think that we necessarily let one slip away. I think we put ourselves in position to win, but so did they. Those are 2 good teams that I thought both played well that day. I was proud of our effort. I thought, some things didn't come easy for us that day. We had some foul trouble early. We had some injuries that game that some kids were playing through, and even missing some kids. But we just kind of scratched and clawed. It wasn't the most visually appealing game offensively for us. And to be honest with you, on Wednesday it might not be either. I think that's a very, very well-coached team, a very long team, a very athletic team that makes things difficult for you. But I think it was nice that we kind of played well enough on the road and hopefully get some home comfort on Wednesday.
And a rivalry with several players on both sides from the greater Richmond area. Impact of that?
I think it's a little bit a cool thing for our three local kids. I think they maybe have a little more rivalry there. I knew some of those kids just from the recruiting process, but it's a little bit different for me being new right now. But yeah, I think for these kids, knowing them, and I thought maybe it hit me a little bit after the game that you still have to go in and shake hands with somebody that you feel gets the upper hand. I don't think anybody wants that feeling from these local kids and their rivalry. But, I think a really cool thing for the area. I know there's some local high schools coming out here. I think just in my 9 months, not that I didn't already know this, but getting around the area and seeing the great coaches that we have in this area. High school basketball on the girls' side is big time here in this area, and it's good that we kept home some local talent for both of these schools.
Thanks, Aaron. Good luck in this one.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Aaron Roussell, Spider head coach. It's Richmond and VCU, the Sona Bank Power Crosstown Showdown. Richmond and VCU, Wednesday, 6:30 at the Robins Center.